What do you want people to take away from hearing your name?
Have faith and jump out there.
Words have power.
Anything that's not growing is dead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That what you just said. The plot is thickening. Welcome to the first edition of the Seize the Day podcast. This is such an exciting time, and this is where every single voice has a story. So right now I am joined by a pillar in the Arkansas community. I mean, she plays so many roles, and definitely when it comes to people who want to get into being creative and content creation, this is someone that you're going to want to know, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy hearing all about her journey, and what she has coming up. So welcome, Drekkia Writes with me. Hello.
Look, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Now, this is the first episode?
Yes.
Wow, what an honor. Okay, so I'm part of history.
Yes, you are a part of history.
Okay.
And I mean, who better to be part of history than you?
Stop,
so
I'm blushing.
this is exciting. Okay, so of course we have to talk about, first of all, how you feeling today? How you doing?
You know what? I'm feeling really good. This morning I felt grateful, and I told myself that today I get to celebrate. I think a lot of times I minimize things, and I'm like, I'm about to be on a podcast with like the top news reporter in Arkansas.
Goodness,
like,
you're
this
so
is a big
sweet.
deal. So
Drekkia.
this morning I'm really feeling like extreme gratitude.
Yay.
Literally, I wish I could just take it out and like give it to somebody.
Oh my goodness, I love that. We're going to be giving it to someone in this podcast right now. So let's talk about what life has looked like for you lately.
So lately, life has looked up.
Okay,
That's the best
we
way
love
to
hearing
describe
that.
it. You know, this past year, I feel like this is the first year I'm not in survival mode.
Oh, Drekkia, I love that.
This year, I was able to give from like a place of abundance and overflow, and it just feels so good. So right now, life is looking lovely. You know, I'm in a place where I prayed that I could be. So
That's
I'm feeling
beautiful.
good.
That's beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about when you hear the name Drekkia Writes. What do you want people to take away from hearing your name?
When people hear my name, I want them to think of course, the poet, the artist, the creator, and energy curator. But I want them to be reminded that it doesn't matter where you come from. Like, you deserve to dream beyond your zip code, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. Everything that I stand for, the foundation of everything I do is about mindset. Literally, you asked me earlier what his life looked like. It's looked like me sewing into others, like working with the summer programs. I've been working with the alternative school with implementing different programs such as arts integrated programs such as entrepreneurship, teaching them public speaking. But the foundation of all those things that I'm doing is about teaching them that their mindset matters. Like, it does not matter what you do in life. If you want to do anything, if you want to go somewhere, if you want to be somebody, it literally has to start in the mind. So even with working with the youth, it's about teaching them mindset, strengthening your mindset so that you can grow and be whatever you want to be. And even with the creators social that we're doing, it's about...
And we're definitely going to talk about that. We're
Right.
definitely going to talk about that.
It's about introducing people to other people so they can see what's possible. So when people hear Drekkia Writes, I want them to think of possibilities, dreaming outside the box, and like doing what you feel.
Okay, all right. And so since all of this kind of starts, you want to start them young when it comes to this. I know that
Yes.
it is kind of, everybody can be a part of chasing their dreams no matter what age you are. It's
Exactly.
never too late to do that, but I know that you work with the youth as well. So let's talk about when you were young. Did you always know that you wanted to do things like this? What was little Drekkia like?
So I'm going to be honest. I remember, I can picture when I lived on 7715 Rebecca Drive in Southwest Little Rock. And I remember like sitting down on the floor, my mama doing my hair. And I remember thinking like, oh, one day I'm going to be like famous. Like, I always just had this thought like, oh, I'm going to be somebody big, you know, and I haven't made it there yet. But I've always had this thought process that I was destined for something big.
Yeah.
Right? So as a young person, I've dreamed big before, but I think it was like my mama sewing into me. Like, my mom always made me feel good about myself. Like, I always say, if I was ugly, I wouldn't even know. My mama made me believe I was so
love
cute.
That.
She made me feel good and comfortable about my body. Like, my intelligence. Like, she really sold into me, and I think that makes a difference, at a young age, being people planting those seeds into you so that you grow up and you believe in yourself. And not to say you still won't struggle sometimes, but you have a foundation to lean back on, like, oh, why am I doubting myself? My mama told me I could be anything I wanted to be.
Yes. I love the idea of when people say that there's someone in your life that cheers for you so loud that you didn't realize that other people weren't cheering. It's like, so it is important to have those people in your life. So let's talk about the moment that you realize that words have power. I know that you talk a lot about speak it. You spoke life into yourself. Other people spoke life into you. When did you realize that that really holds some power?
Well, I realized it the day this poem came to me when I was in 9th grade. I had to literally wake up and write it. And I remember reading it to my mama. And she was like, oh, my God, I feel like you're telling my story. And then me as a 9th grader looking at my mama as an older woman, I'm like, okay, sure. And she was like, you got to read this at church. And I'm like, oh, okay. I read it at church, and I remember being so scared. But after I got done, all the church people were just like, oh, baby, you did so good. And I felt like they were lying to me. Because I was shaking. I'm telling you, my armpits were sweating and everything. But afterwards, I wanted to get better, so I started taking public speaking classes. I was going to a youth program called Go Girls, but they would take us to this public speaking class at Reverend Hicks Church on Main Street in Broadway. But I remember the poem that I used to practice, because we had to practice a certain poem, a certain piece every time, so they give us feedback. But I remember this guy telling me, like, oh, you should change this and that because, people may not understand. And I remember before I changed, I had considered changing it. I'm like, okay, he got a point. But then I remember, like, as a child being like, no, I can't change it, because if I change it, then whoever it's supposed to reach, it won't. So from that moment, I remember thinking, my motto was, if I don't touch all, I'll touch one. If I touch none, then my mission is undone. But I remember thinking in that moment that my words, how I put them down on the paper, are going to touch who it's supposed to touch. And if it don't touch everybody, that's okay. As long as I help somebody, I've done more than enough.
Okay, all right. And so you're the founder of Seven of Arts.
Yes.
What is Seven of Arts?
So Seven of Arts is my educational consulting company. So I offer a variety of youth programs. Right now, I have 4 tracks called Big Stage, Big Canvas, Big Biz, and Big... What is the 4th one? Big Stage, Big Canvas, Big Slam, and Big Biz.
Okay.
So each one of those just focuses on something different. Again, they're all just tracks that I use to help with building that foundation with the student's mindset. Another thing, too, I'm big on talking and yapping. So with Big Slam...
I get it.
Big Slam is a poetry program. Again, we're working on performance, expression, channeling your thoughts. Big Biz, that's an entrepreneurship track that I do where I help students build a real business, product-based business from the ground up. And at the end, they get to do a pop-up shop where they get to actually sell what they created. And through that program, they get to do like a Shark Tank style pitch competition, a networking event. I really enjoy project-based learning where you have to actually apply what you're being taught. So that's what Big Biz. Big Canvas is a visual arts track, and then, of course, Big Stage is a performance track, too.
Okay. And so, obviously, I know we're going to get into the Creator Social. I know a lot of people are like, let's talk about their Creator Social. But one of the biggest ways that you've been a creative is through the Melanin Land.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, we can't brush past the Melanin Land. That's huge. So, how did you even get the idea for that?
So, the Melanin Land, that is my baby. So, I always love taking pictures. I told you, this go back to my mama. Growing up, she loves to dress up. She used to dress us up. She literally would pick our outfits in middle school. It wasn't until I got to high school, I'm like, I can pick out my own stuff, Mama.
I think I got it now.
But in middle school, she had us in gauchos. You remember gauchos?
Oh, I remember. What do you mean? Of course I remember gauchos.
Did you have a pair?
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I had gauchos, but the thing is I kind of want to start wearing them now. Like, I've seen some people wear them, like, with some cute heels or something. I also saw someone with, like, a satin pair of gauchos, okay? So I'm like, that's what I'm telling you. So, I don't know. Gauchos might come back. So, your mom had the right idea.
Yes.
I think it's circled back around. So, yeah, it's starting with fashion.
We're going to get us some gauchos. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Fashion Nova probably listening to us right now.
Listen,
They'll be on the website by tomorrow.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead so we can sport those gauchos. Yeah.
Exactly. So growing up, my mama loved to dress up. I love to dress up, and I love to take pictures. So actually, I had started an organization. It was called the Women's Social Society, where literally we would just get together to dress up and take pictures. But it was also designed to be a networking experience for women. And from that, it evolved into the Melanin Land, where we focus primarily on minority women. And me and my friend Yamina, we actually did the first Melanin in May, and I just enjoyed how it felt being amongst so many dope, professional, beautiful women. So once we did that in Little Rock, Arkansas, it took off. Again, it was a networking event. Everybody had to dress in shades of brown. And I was just like, let's take this across the states. And we ended up hitting probably like 6 different states, 7 different cities. But that was all about giving people a chance to dress up, feel good,
Love that.
take pictures, and meet new people.
Okay, and so that landed you on a national show as well, right?
Wow. Oh.
Yeah, it did. It did. I mean, I know we talked about you here, but it also, yeah. So let's talk about that experience. That's big. That's big.
Well, I almost like forgot about that.
Because you're doing so much. I mean,
like,
so much is happening, you know. It's, you know, you've been climbing and climbing, so it's like that's a part of the journey, but
that's what I'm feeling gratitude
yeah.
Okay, that was good to hear. So with the Melanin Land, of course, at each one of these events, since the inception, I'm real big on celebrating. I believe if we don't celebrate ourselves, then who will? Okay? So I love hyping people up.
Yes.
I love hyping myself up.
Come on.
So at our events, we would do these celebration videos where we would just clap at the camera. And you know what? I knew those videos would always take off on the internet because I actually got the idea from a girl named Charity out in Atlanta.
Okay.
So once I did that video, I knew it would take off, basically. But I did not know the impact that it would actually have on people on the internet. Like, so many people would comment and say, oh, this made me cry, or I'm going to use this for my graduation. Can y'all come clap for me? Nobody came to my celebration. This made me feel good. But just thinking about, like, the digital impact, it's almost crazy to think about, like, oh, you know, you could feel this way through the internet. But the impact that those celebration videos had, it just went global, you know, international, if you will, you know, taking off millions. I'm talking about millions of views on different videos, which ultimately led to Tamron Hall seeing those videos, and they reached out and wanted to bring me on to discuss those videos, the Melanin Land, but also the work that I do with youth. So that was a nice experience.
Oh, yay. And then something else that I also love about what you've done with the Melanin Land is one time you also did kind of a generational shoot as well. So it was, you know, from young all the way to older. And I think that's just so beautiful. And I mean, you wanting to include everyone in this, where does that stem from?
Again, I believe we should celebrate each other. We should be uplifting each other. I think so long growing up, like subconsciously and through propaganda and media, we're taught to not like ourselves. So I feel having us all in one room where we're celebrating each other. We're like, hey, you know, I like your hair. Yeah. Beautiful skin. I love you the way you are. It's important. And another thing, too, I think of myself as a person who is here to put out, like, positive images of our people, of Black people. I went to this exhibit called All Things Equal out in Northwest Arkansas at Crystal Bridges Museum. And the artist, I can't think of his name right now, but the exhibit was literally based on how, like, what we consume with our ears and our eyes determines how we think, feel, and behave. So I'm like, you know, how often have we consumed things from the media and just accepted it as true? Right. For a long time. And, you know, I'm almost ashamed to say it wasn't until I got to college that I realized that Africa was more than the Feed the Children commercials. I literally thought that it was just dirt and grass, like what they show us on the TV, until I actually met people from there and like, oh no, we have, our stuff is like industrialized just like here. And that really made me step outside my limited view of like what I accept as truth. It's like, this is not the whole truth just because that's what you've seen. So for me, I want to be able to have that kind of impact where we're creating positive images where people start to believe, oh, this Black people are beautiful, Black people are smart, we're multidimensional. Like, that's that's how I want to leave my mark too. Again, making people see themselves in a positive light, believing that they can do anything, and celebrating themselves.
Awesome. Okay. And so now we have to talk about the content creation side. There are so many people in Arkansas that have talent. And I know it's, you kind of focus on creators, but also entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
Things like that, just business owners, everyone who has something to put out into the world. You've had experience with this. You are a leading content creator here in Arkansas. So we're going to take this time to kind of get some little tidbits of what you would say, encouragement for people. I know that their Arkansas Creator Social is coming up, so let's just start with that and why you felt that that was something important to bring to the people.
So again, with the Arkansas Creator Social, me and my friend Aaliyah Pope, when we met, it was actually through us collabing with each other. We decided to collab, and I was sharing with her something that I wanted to do, and she was like, I wanted to do the same thing. So we decided to just come together and make it happen as a unit. So we had our first Arkansas Creator Social last year, but the purpose behind the Arkansas Creator Social, again, is to be able to put all the people in the room so that they can mix, mingle, and network with other creators so that they can connect, create, and collaborate with, because we believe, in order to grow, it's good to put yourself out there and be around other people who have similar interests. Also, we want people to feel inspired. Coming from Arkansas, we're considered like a small state. These small cities, there's this thing called the small town syndrome, where people have a limited view of themselves because of what they've been surrounded by. And having lived in a different state, I see how limited a lot of our talented people's view is, because they hadn't seen anything different. And for me, I want people to know it doesn't matter where you come from. Again, you can dream beyond your zip code, and Arkansas has some of the most talented people.
It does.
And I think what happens is that they don't realize that they can do more and be more, that more is accessible to them. So with bringing this Arkansas Creator Social together, is to show them, like, hey, there's other people who's done it here, and it's possible for you. So my whole goal behind the Arkansas Creator Social is to, again, show people what's possible for them, to encourage them. And again, it's not just for content creators, it's for any people who hasn't invested, who creates anything. If you have your own business, if you're a hairstylist, an artist, social media manager, marketing person, PR, those people are invited to be in the space, because again, even with content creating, you need a variety of people. So we want people to come who can complement each other.
Right.
So a creator in any aspect.
Yeah, I thought one of the coolest things is that you all started with a business owner, like an event venue owner, and now she's in a new place, but you're like, I'm following her there too. So that was a connection that was built. So it really is about, you never know. You could be working to promote this person's event venue. You could be working to show off this person's food or the hairstyles that they do. Collaboration really is key, right?
Exactly. That's the spirit we want to have, spirit of collaboration over competition. Because one of the main things we hear in Arkansas, and you'll see it on the internet, you have to be popular to be able to be successful, or you'll hear people talking about people being like just crab in a bucket. And we want to recreate that narrative. We want to cultivate a community of connections where we don't see each other as competition, but as assets to help each other grow.
And so there's a drive that has to be put into it. I know content creation is not easy. People think like, you're just posting some videos. There's a lot that can go into it. So how do you keep that drive going?
Yes, so content creation, definitely, it can get complicated. It can become overwhelming. But I always encourage anybody that's wanting to do it to understand what your end goal is. A lot of times people get out here and they want to do content, but they have no end goal. So when they're doing it, it can feel like they're going nowhere because they have no true direction. For me, content is a funnel to elevate my business. I'm not really worried about if my content gets monetized online, but I do use my content as a funnel for my business.
Right.
And right now, the business that makes me the most money, it's not what you see me post the most about. I post about a couple of times, but those couple of times, guess what? It's leading me to something.
Right.
But again, you just have to have an idea of where you want to go and use it for the tool that it is. If you are using it for business, use it for business. Some people get their emotions mixed in with this, like, oh, you know, my family's not supporting me, friends not supporting me. That don't matter. They're not your audience.
Right.
You need to be directing your thing to the audience of people that you want to sell to or that appeal to. But again, with content creation, if you are a person that gets overwhelmed, you definitely want to have a plan. Some of the people that I've worked with, because I love helping people with rollout plans, like rollout campaigns.
Yeah.
But one of the things that really does help is for people to batch content. If you are an overthinker and you don't like to edit, you have to think of simple ways to do content. You know, if you're not a type that sit and do editing, find somebody to edit. If you don't want to do that and you don't have funds for that, then just go live. You know, do simple things. But if you start overwhelming yourself, you're never going to do it.
Okay. All right. And so I know a lot of people say that there is importance in finding your niche.
Yeah.
And would you say that that's true? You need to find something that you want to do and kind of stick with that, or what do you think? What's your opinion on that?
You know what? That is such a controversial one, because some people say, oh, you don't need a niche, you are the niche, or some people say you do. I think you do need a focus. And this even something that I've struggled with. I don't know, well, was it last year or the year before last? I went on a social media fast because I felt like I was doing so many things that nobody has a clear idea of what it is that I do. Like, I'll see somebody, I'm like, oh, you know, are you here creating content? I'm like, no, actually I'm here because I'm helping develop the youth. Well, they're just like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
It's just so many things I could be doing, you never know.
Right.
But for me, I had to get focused again on what I want, because with social media, you know, perception is reality for people. So whatever you put out most, that's what people are going to take you as. So, you know, with a lot of my content is, it was the melanin land for a while, just content stuff. So people look at me as just a content girly. Well, you know, I got my business 7 of Arts. I'm like, that's the thing that's making me money. I want to be known for that. So I had to step back and even restructure what I was putting out so that the message I'm trying to send is clear to people, that you're booking me for the things that I want to be booked for.
Yes, that makes sense.
So I think niching down is definitely important. And once you've established your brand in that area, then you can branch out and do other things.
Yeah.
Or even with, and this, I think this kind of goes, but I'm thinking about a creator right now, Roosevelt Deshaun. He is a singer.
Yeah.
Bad to the bone. Okay? Now, his videos eating the chicken wings and telling stories.
Oh, goodness. Those are so funny.
Aren't they?
Yes.
They're so good. See, and those are the ones that took off. So people, they're always looking for that kind of content from him. But with him, and I think he talked about this too. It's like, hey, people don't want to see me unless I got a piece of chicken in my hand. But I'm a singer.
Yes.
So we thought about, like, you know, how about integrating that into what you've created? Because that's another thing with social media. Again, it's like if people get hooked on one thing, that's all they want to see. So it's like, dang, how do I integrate what I'm really passionate about into this thing that went viral?
Yeah.
That's some of the dangers of going viral too.
That it really like puts you in that space, especially on some specific platforms. At times it'll really put you in a box. But it's funny that you say that because I noticed, I saw him from his chicken videos. First I didn't know he was from Arkansas, and then I was like, he's from Arkansas. So like anybody that has sent his videos, I'm like, he's from Arkansas. Like that is Arkansas talent.
So talented.
But I started to notice that integration of the singing, and I was like, okay, I see you, and I loved seeing people like through his videos saying, oh, he can sing too. We hear those vocals and things like that. Yeah. And I've seen more and more of him putting out things about him singing, different performances that he's doing, things like that. And it really was, I think there's something to be said about the organic, like, twisting of the two. Yeah. And not just being like, okay, now y'all are just going to listen to me sing and that's it. Yeah. It's he's making sure that he's bringing that other audience in with him. So it's, you can do more than one thing, but you just have to figure out how to intertwine the two without losing your audience.
Exactly, which can be so difficult. I'll even say one of the campaigns that I did with Destiny Holman of Fab Firearms.
Yes.
Miss Nina De La Flores.
Mm-hmm.
But we did a domestic violence campaign where pretty much, the Melanin Land collabed with Fab Firearms.
Yes.
Well, we did an event and you came to the first one.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So we did a video, we had all the ladies in purple, which is the color that represents Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we all had our firearms, right? Well, quite naturally, that video was disruptive. Like, it took off. Millions of views. Well, when I posted that video and it took off like that, guess what? I got a lot of followers that followed me because they assumed that would be the kind of content that they would see. And I see that I gained probably like 20,000 followers on Facebook, and they weren't my audience.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is only a part of what I do. Y'all won't see guns. Like, this is good for Fab Firearms because that's the kind of content she produced.
Yes.
But I seen how, like, you have to be even mindful of the stuff that you put out. Like, even with this past year's campaign that we did, I made sure to focus my content on what I actually produced more of, which was the celebration video. So I didn't, I don't think I even posted the us with firearms.
So you left that to Destiny, and so to make sure you're both getting the content out of it, everyone's getting something out of it, but
it's in alignment
you
with
were
the
like,
brand.
this time, because I don't want all the gun people thinking,
because
it's like, no, that's Destiny. You're gonna get that from Destiny, like,
right? Then, like, when I post the little celebration video,
because it's not that you're not supportive of Destiny's mission and everything like that. Obviously you are. You all collaborated. But it is like when you get that audience that is then expecting, it's like, well, where's the other gun video? And you're like, that's not. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And it's like the beauty of the collaboration too, because it's like, hey, we're able to have this one event, but we both can reflect our brands in a different way from this one moment.
Right.
So that's why I always love working with her too. Like, we just always have a good time.
Yeah. And then you never also know what people do come from both ends. There might be some people that mainly looked at the gun content that come to you for the celebration. There might be people that came from the celebration that then are like, let me go. Because I know I have been like, let me go figure something out. I love all the people that I've met through going to your events. There's some wonderful people, and they're all here in Arkansas. And I'd say that's one of my favorite things in general about being able to go around and speak to different people in Arkansas and learning about things. There's so much that people don't realize is going on. There's so many good things and so many people doing things that we can get quality businesses, quality content, pretty much anything that you're looking for here in Arkansas. So finally, for the people who are going to need that motivation, might be someone who's already in it, might be someone who's wanting to start. You spoke about, you've had to take breaks, sometimes feeling like about things. Imposter syndrome is so real.
Yes.
It's so real. How do you find it in you to overcome imposter syndrome?
So that's definitely something that I dealt with, imposter syndrome. I would run into situations where I would get an opportunity. Literally, it would be right there. The ask would be for me just to, hey, send this over and we'll get started. And I'll start to have these thoughts like, am I capable of this? Do I have the capacity? Like, where I start to question myself, even though I've already proved I've done it before. Yeah. Well, in moments like that, I literally have to tell myself, constantly repeat to myself that, I deserve this, that I am capable, and whatever challenges I run into, I'll overcome them. Yeah. But with imposter syndrome, something that I encourage people to do is like literally retrain your mindset. Even when I took my break, I did this thing where it was like I was retraining my mindset, creating a new identity for myself where I start to believe, like, not only in my mind, but even in my body, that I am deserving of wealth, of good things, good relationships, and everything that God has for me. But something that really helped me strengthen my mindset and to combat imposter syndrome, because it still comes and goes. Sometimes I still question myself with certain things, but something that really helped me, and I started doing this when I was transitioning out of my corporate job, I would take Post-it notes and literally put them all across my cubicle. and tell myself positive things like, you're worthy, you will leave this job, and your business 7 of Hearts will provide for you. Like, all the things that I wanted to speak over my life, I started speaking over it as if it already were. Like, hey, I am strong, I'm powerful, I'm a great businesswoman. That way, again, I'm going back to training my mind. Again, what you consume with your ears and your eyes determines how you think, feel, and behave. So if I wanted to think, feel, and behave as somebody who deserved those things, I had to start putting those images around me to where I'm seeing it. I'm feeding my mind this belief that I'm worthy. So doing the sticky notes was a great help. Also, being intentional with my news feed. I know that I love to doom scroll. You know, instead of fighting against it, saying, oh, you have to delete this app, I'm like, I'm just going to curate my feed so that it reflects where I want to go, who I want to be.
That's smart.
And then I also got very much so into audiobooks and listening to motivational speakers. Like, I just created a routine for myself where every day I'm starting off my day on a high note. I'm listening to Eric Thomas. I'm listening to Les Brown. All the inspirational people. I'm allowing myself to be fed in a positive way so that I start my day on a good note. And then also opening my day with gratitude. Just being thankful for where I am. No matter if I'm not where I want to be just yet. Like, God, I thank you for waking me up and giving me the opportunity to be in the same mind to pursue these thoughts and goals that I have. So,
oh, that's so important.
Gratitude.
That's so important. And, you know, one thing that I love about you and your content and just seeing everything you do and all the collaborators that you bring together, one thing that I've noticed is, you know, sometimes people don't want to follow other content creators because they're like, oh, like, I don't want to see that. They might, but for me, there's an inspiration in that. I love seeing you post. I follow a lot of content creators now because it's like, it really gives you that boost and that motivation. And another thing is you know, when I do post things, you'll comment and give encouragement, but sometimes you'll be like, girl, where's your post? Like, are you gonna post about this? Are you gonna, you know, and it gives that drive. So having those people that will push you as well, and I love that, like knowing there's someone to say, okay, I know you can be posting more. I know that there's something you could do. Are we going to see content from this trip you took? Are we going to see content from this restaurant? Okay. And that's just so important. And it really gets you in the mindset of just do it, you know? And because I know for me, sometimes it's like, oh, well, I didn't like the way my hair looked in this, or I didn't like the way I was sitting. So I will sit on so much content and be like, but it could have been better. And I know that's definitely not what you need to do. And I've been getting out of that. So what's the motivation to just do it? Just do it.
I'm so glad you said that. Okay, because we operate out of ego a lot of times. And ego in a way of like we're thinking about us when we're creating. Something that's helped me is to step outside of my ego. Like before I open my mouth to go speak or do anything, I always say to myself, like, you know, God has put me here to be able to help somebody else. So when I go on this stage, I have to free myself of my egotistical thoughts of thinking things like, man, what if there's a booger in my nose? What if my hair is out of place? You know, what if people see my jelly roll? Like, I have to let all of that go and focus on the bigger picture. I have to make myself believe that, hey, something that I say today is going to inspire somebody or uplift somebody. Like, I literally have to believe that what I'm doing is bigger than me. It has nothing to do with me. And I think that's what I think about you. Like, when I see you and, like, what you represent, you know, and I always tell you this, like, you literally are one of my favorite news reporters. I feel like you do such a good job. Like, how you curate your stories and the edits, I feel like it's so perfect. Like, from the first time I met you, I'm like, I always want to work with her. Like,
that means
I always want to work with her. It's because you have a talent, but also just thinking about, like, what you represent, you know. And I'm going to say this, you know, I never thought that I couldn't be a bank teller, but it wasn't until I saw another black woman being a bank teller that it registered to me that I could do it. But when I think of you, I'm thinking about all the young girls, and not even just black girls, but just women, period, who look at you and be like, oh, this is a down-to-earth lady. She's having her way in life. Like, if she can do it, I can do it.
Oh, I love
that. Even when I think about you talking about, like, putting your content out or, like, overthinking it, I'm just like, I want to tell you, just put it out. Like, I hope you get over that, because I think with you just putting things out there, it's going to impact and influence so many people to know like what's possible for them. And that's what I be so like focused on. Like I want somebody to realize that you can do anything you want to do.
Yes.
And you showing up is going to be the thing that helps somebody else.
Right.
So it's like you just doing your thing is attached to somebody else's destiny is how I feel.
Yes.
So
just
do it.
You're right, because you never know who is watching. And it'll be those moments that you do think, I think some of what has kept me going is those moments when it's not about all of the views. It's about, even if it just touches a couple of people.
Yeah.
And it's the people that say, hey, you made a video about this scripture. I needed that. Hey, you posted this about motivation. I needed that. You posting just a picture of the gym made me want to go to the gym.
Yes.
You know, so it really is. I think if we can all content creators can root it in that.
Yeah.
And anyone who wants to be a content creator, rooting it in, let me do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That what you just said, your destiny is tied to someone else's. Someone else's destiny is tied to that.
You showing up, literally.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
That is beautiful, Drekkia.
I'm like, dang, look, if you don't post, somebody is not going to get to where they need to go.
Exactly. So someone isn't going to get what they need from, or there's also the part of that I've seen in life where it can be, well, if you don't do it, you had the opportunity to do it. Well, God will give that idea to someone else, and then it'll be someone else that put that out there.
It can be taken.
And you know what I mean? And it's like you want to be in alignment with what your calling is, and not skirted away because of ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I can't say it no other way. Like, yes, make sure you're in alignment with what it is that you feel called to do, but just doing it too, not letting those fears hold you back. You know, that's my number one thing. You know, fear is a liar and a thief, and it will rob you of opportunities if you let it.
All right. Well, Drekkia, it has been so good having you here. We're going to do some rapid fire questions, of course, because we have to, and then we're going to get to a little bit of what we can look for from Drekkia in the future. So first, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea? Okay. So introverts or extroverts?
Extroverts.
Okay. What is your favorite Arkansas restaurant? Okay. Yeah, I know that's going to be hard. You might... You can say a few.
Southern Ho.
Can say, okay. Southern Ho. Okay. Give a second one if you want to...
Camp Taco.
Okay, Camp Taco. All right. Now, what's one song that you will never skip? Okay. Favorite word?
Tell Him by Lauryn Hill.
Tell Him by Lauryn Hill. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Favorite word?
Unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst to me.
And unbeknownst to me, that's when the plot is thickening.
No, seriously.
Okay.
This girl Shy said that word, and it just never left me. I love it.
Unbeknownst to me. Favorite movie?
The Temptations.
Okay. If you weren't doing what you do today, what career would you have? Which, I mean, you know, let's just change that into what career do you see yourself having in the future?
Cosmetic surgeon.
Cosmetic surgeon. Okay. All right. And if someone made a play about your life, who would play you?
Beyonce.
Listen,
Beyonce for sure.
T. Okay, so what is one thing that people would be surprised to learn about you?
That my favorite rapper is Webby.
Okay, favorite rapper, Webby. All right, we just have a couple more. What is your guilty pleasure?
Doom scrolling.
Okay, all right. And if you have an entire day, maybe this ties into the latter question, but if you had an entire day, zero responsibilities, worry-free, what would you be doing on that day?
I would be watching TV and like playing with my hair.
Yeah, love that. A nice decompression day. Yeah. All right, well, this has been absolutely wonderful. Let's hear what's coming up for Drekkia in the future. I know we have the Arkansas Creator Social. Give us the details about that and anything else that you might be working on and how we can find you.
We have the Arkansas Creator Social happening July 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. at A Space with Grace in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Y'all can find me on all social media platforms at Drekkia Writes. And, yeah, we'd love to see y'all out.
Well, thank you for coming to seize the day with me. So let's send everyone off with the best way to seize your day coming from Drekkia Writes.
So, try. Because when you try, you grow. When you don't try, you don't grow. And anything that's not growing is dead.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to the first episode of Seize the Day, where every voice has a story. And we hope to see you for the next one. Bye.